Yo, what's good? It's LLB, and in this one I'm going to show you how to actually make beats for placements. And I'm not just going to make a beat, I'm not going to just make a beat and tell you need to make it nice and simple. I've actually been sent some vocals from a rapper that I work with called Dangerous Dave, and yeah, he needs a beat remaking, so I thought this is a perfect opportunity for me to break down just how I'd go about making a beat that has enough space, sounds nice and vibey, nice and complex, but yeah, just has tons of space for vocals and, like I say, perfect for a placement. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it, man. Now we've got the vocals right here.
Fly around the scene trying to get how I'm living. I'm taking trips off the trip, risk off the risk.
So I think we'll start with the bass first. So with the bass, I just want to keep this, again, kind of funky, but not over complicated. Don't want to overdo it and kind of interrupt the flow of the vocals.
Fly around the scene trying to get how I'm living. I'm taking trips off the trip, risk off the risk. Hand licks, I'm rubbing bricks off the bricks. Hope the Lord forgive me. You gon' catch a cold from this ice in my soul.
A little bit of a jumpy note right here.
You gon' catch a cold from this ice in my soul. Walking on thin ice while I'm still dancing as I please.
Okay, now I think we can just layer up that bass and just find some nice lush chords. I'll click these in, but then I'm going to do a little thing to make them sound more realistic. And no, I'm not just going to randomize them. There's a little tool that's really good for just making them sound way more human.
Fly around the scene trying to get how I'm living. I'm taking trips off the trip, risk off the risk. Hand licks, I'm rubbing bricks off the bricks. Hope the Lord forgive me.
Okay, cool, that's sounding nice. As I said, with that humanistic kind of vibe, all we're going to do first is a little pre-step. We're going to add like a little bit of a strum effect to some of the chords, not all of them.
Fly around the scene trying to get how I'm living.
It's nice. In this one, not as much.
Hand licks, I'm rubbing bricks off the bricks. Hope the Lord
Okay,
forgive
cool.
me.
In the piano roll, if you just come to this arrow, tools, humanize, and then you just got a bunch of these like random offset things where it just kind of sets it off from the grid, it randomizes the velocity and all that kind of stuff, but the main thing is offsetting this from the grid over ever so slightly, so it just really gives that, I don't know, just that more human feel to it.
Fly
I like
around
that.
the scene trying to get how I'm living.
And I think what we'll also do with these chords, in this long sustained part, we can add like the same chord, just like 2 octaves above. We'll just copy it and just put it up.
I'm taking trips off the trip.
Gives it that little sparkle, that little extra little sauce on top of it. And then I think now I'm just hearing a couple of little, I don't know, just little accenty melodic stuff like guitar wows and stuff like that. That's quite cool as well.
Fly around the scene trying to get how I'm living. I'm taking trips off the trip.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Taking trips off the trip. Risk off the risk.
And this is fun. But now we'll take this one and reverse it. Just kind of ease into this one.
Fly around the scene trying to get how I'm living. I'm taking trips off the trip. Risk off the risk.
I'm adding quite a few sounds to this, but I'm not adding different types of sounds. I'm not adding like random top lines. I'm like just layering the chords basically, but just adding more textures with different instruments. So yeah, that's one thing just to keep in mind when you do want to add lots of layers to beats, especially for placements. Just keep each layer simple. And also think about where it's placed. Like, is it going to complement the main chord just by stacking it? And if it does, then that's great because it's not going to take up, you know, a whole bunch of extra space. It gets too hectic when you start adding lots of different sounds, but then adding lots of different melodies with those too. So yeah, just by simply stacking sounds, just gives it way more depth. It's going to keep space for the vocals too. So yeah, let's drag this in, bring this down to E minor.
Fly around the scene.
EQ out the line on that.
Fly around the scene trying to.
Pitch it up a whole octave.
Fly around the scene.
Well, that's how I like it.
trying to get how-
And then it goes up to A minor.
Fly around the scene trying to get trips off the trip. Risk off the risk.
Okay, cool. I want to come back into that bass guitar now. I can hear a little roll at the end. Can't do it with the VST, but I'm going to do it with just a one shot. Got this nice guitar bass, one shot. D, high D, low D, and then...
Bricks off the bricks. Hope the Lord forgive me. Please.
That's cool. In soul samples, they use some, I can't remember the name of the instrument. I think it's like I think it might be just like a xylophone. What's the name of the instrument? It's literally a xylophone. I'm a Muppet. That's what we need.
I'm taking trips off the trip. Risk off the risk. Hand licks, I'm rubbing bricks off the bricks. Hope the Lord forgive me.
And then we'll put some spring reverb on it.
You gon' catch your culture. That's why I make the ocean free. Walking on thin ice while I'm still dancing as I please.
I think it's just missing some nice sharp string chords. Hard to explain what that is, but I'll find the sound and you'll know what I mean. I mean, that'd be nice. That wasn't what I was looking for, but that can definitely work. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Make unique. 7. Adding these chimes. Again, this isn't really super melodic. It's more of just like just an instrument to add more feel to it. Where is it? This. Literally just gonna play at the beginning. Just turn it down. Okay, just need that one sound. That sounds quite cool. Okay, that's one stab. Maybe something like that. That's quite nice. I think melodically we're almost there, but yeah, I do think I'm gonna add like a nice guitar, basically replicate the initial chords that we had, just to add a bit more texture to them. But yeah, we're gonna go with Contact, and we'll come in with this hollow body blues. It's a really good bank for electric guitars. I'll literally just copy and paste the chords, and then maybe we'll just get rid of this high chord that we added. And then what we'll do with these chords as well, because it is a guitar, you're never ever going to be able to play all these strings at the exact same time like we have with some of these. So we'll strum basically all of them out so they're more natural. And as well as strumming them, we also need to replicate the actual guitars, like which strings are playing in certain octaves, because the MIDI for a guitar wouldn't really look like this if you're actually really trying to replicate a guitar. So I'm going to take this second note in the chord, pitch it up a whole octave, and yeah, we'll be pretty much good at that point. Strum these ones out. And then just to make this sound even more realistic, we'll come in with the Corey Wong, turn this 80s vibe on. And then there's this pedal right here. And then this one. And then this Postal Service. As I say, just really emphasizing on keeping things simple. I know we've got a lot of layers in here, but all of these layers are kind of doing the same thing. They're not adding a different top melody. They're not adding a different chord progression or anything like that. These are all just complementing the initial chords that we had. There's some little filler sounds here and there, but basically we're just kind of stacking up sounds to really just build up a real nice feel to it and just give it more of a, I don't know, man, just give it more of a full feel. So yeah, I think it is time. We had some drums. Again, like I say this a lot in videos, but just keeping everything simple. The key is to not overproduce and not fill all the pockets. You kind of need to leave space for rappers to do their own thing. So we'll start things off with a clap. For a hi-hat. Okay, let's go for an 808. I'm going to jump into a kit that's not out yet, but it's going to be out very soon. This is called 808 Kingdom. I've just made a massive kit just full of 808s, and they're all sounding pretty crazy right now. Come to this A series. Right, this is A1. I'm taking trips off the tree, risk off the ring. I'm rubbing bricks off the bricks, hope they don't forgive me. Yep, okay man, some open hats. You gon' catch a cold from this ice in my soul. I'm the waver when I splash, so I make the ocean free. Walking on thin ice while I'm still dancing as I plead. On my own, I cause your storm, can't even clash you as a breeze. I'm a titan on the streets, and you might just like the sea. I'm the waver when I splash, so I make the ocean free. Walking on thin ice while I'm still dancing as I. And to be honest, I'm kind of happy with this, but what I do want to do is add some variation to the low end, just add a kick, and then what I'll do is we'll bring back in that bass guitar that we added. Yeah, we'll come with a nice clean kick. I'm still dancing as I please. That's why I make the ocean free. Walking on thin ice while I'm still dancing as I please. I think that's it, man. Maybe we could just add a couple of sort of transitional perks, like a little snare roll or like a little tom. That's the one. I'm a titan on the streets, and you might just like this. Clang perk sounds crazy. Doop, doop.
as I please.
Now the only thing that's left to do is just get this structured. Now this is just as important as the entire process up to this point. You know, we've made a really nice melody, we've got a nice drum pattern, but all of this is pointless if we don't really like build up to some nice drops and we don't have like a nice tension and release where the drums kind of duck out the way, the melody kind of dies down, and the energy just kind of switches up throughout the beat at the right times as well. You know, for the verse you want to be a bit more chilled, for the hook you want a bit more energy, and then anything in between you can kind of be a bit creative with it. First thing that's going to come in is there's a 808 here. And then after this first 8 bar, we'll switch from the 808 to the kick and the guitar bass. Mute this snare, we'll mute one of the perks as well in the first half, and then everything can kind of come in. Keep it going for this, and then we'll maybe duck out the strings, the guitar, take the wind chimes out. Okay, I think at this point we'll take the drums at a big break right here. Breaking the bass too. And then we'll come back with the 808. And then we'll bring the drums across once again. Mute the 808, bring the bass back in. So you just see how I'm kind of switching back and forth between basses, bringing instruments in and out. I might block it in my pocket, got another beam. She from South, I'm in her mouth just like some dentistry. I can't accent it, trying to live till 70. And then we'll bring full drums with the kick and the bass playing. 70. Gotta move another pound, fly around from town to town. Flying squad be up and down. Space up, you get ocean drown. I can't help it, oh no, I ain't selfish. Lord, save me from my death wish. In terms of the arrangement, we can kind of copy and paste these across, similar for the second verse really. Just to add the trusty old tags, stamp of verification.
LLB.
Fly around the scene, tryna get how I'm living. I'm taking trips off the trip, risk off the risk. Hitting licks, I'm rubbing bricks off the bricks, so they don't forgive me. You gon' catch your cold from this ice in my soul. I'm the way, but when I swear, I make the ocean free. Walking on thin ice, but I'm still dancing as I please.
Woo! Damn man, that was fun. Hope there's some decent gems in there. If you did find it helpful, make sure you subscribe. There's plenty more gems across the channel and a lot more to look forward to in the future. But that's going to be it from me. Peace.